Little Leaves Halloween, Fall Foliage Photography. It was fall again, and none of the leaves were happy. Mayor Oakley, the mayor of Woodsville, called a meeting. It is that time of year again, he began, good folks of Woodsville. The time when days get shorter, nights get longer, the air gets colder, and Halloween comes. As we always do at this time of year, let us choose our hiding spots wisely and prepare for the dreaded night to come. What do you mean? Where do we go? What is Halloween? The little leaves all shouted at once. Hush, children, Mrs. Pumpernickel said. You have nothing to fear if you listen to us. Her fancy necklace swayed across the front of her long yellow dress. Come now, children, Professor Tweed said as he adjusted his eyeglasses. There will be time for explanation shortly, but get in line and follow us. And so the leaves started falling from their branches one by one, or dropping 2 and 3 at a time and riding a gust of wind gently to the ground. With a swish and a flitter, and a whoosh and a plop, down the leaves came. Now will you please tell us what's so scary about Halloween? The little leaves asked. Every year when fall comes, Halloween comes right behind. We leave the trees to hide on the ground so Halloween monsters won't see us. Tobley said. Every year it's just the same with those horrible, awful, dreadful, scary monsters, Mrs. Pumpernickel exclaimed as she nearly fainted. Tobley wore his very large hat, and Mrs. Pumpernickel was still wearing the yellow dress with the fancy necklace. Monsters, the children cried. Oh no, they said. Monsters? What are monsters? The scared little leaves asked. Monsters have lots of eyes and lots of teeth, said the mayor. Oh no, said the little leaves. Their mouths and eyes opened wide. Monsters are mummies and werewolves and skeletons. Mrs. Pumpernickel was turning pale. Oh no, cried the little leaves. Monsters are spooky ghosts and vampires with 2 large fangs, and witches with magic hats and magic warts, said Belinda. Oh no, shrieked the little leaves. Are your warts magic, Belinda? They asked. No, said Belinda. My warts are just warts. And the worst monsters, Mayor Oakley paused and shuddered, are evil clowns with bright red noses. At those words, Mrs. Pumpernickel had enough and finally fainted, toppling over on her very fancy necklace. Oh no! By this time, all the little leaves had had enough of fall and Halloween and monsters and hiding. The sun was starting to lower in the sky, and the mayor told them how the monsters appear as it grows dark. One little leaf started to cry. Here they come, said Mayor Oakley. The monsters are coming. Try to be as quiet as you can, and they will not notice you as they walk by. The monsters started walking. The leaves were as quiet as could be. The monsters walked right over the hiding leaves. The monsters dropped something as they went past. Can you guess what the little leaves saw on the ground? That's right. Candy! We love candy, the little leaves shouted. Did we forget to mention that the monsters drop candy as they pass by? Asked old Jim. He smiled his toothless smile. Yes, you did, the little leaves laughed. Now all the leaves were smiling. Maybe Halloween isn't so bad after all. The end. Do you want to make your own leaf rubbings with crayons? This is how you can. Clean the leaves by rinsing them with water. To dry the leaves, place them on a towel or in between pieces of paper towel. Lay the leaves flat and put something heavy on top of them while they dry out. You can use a big book or a pumpkin. In a few hours they will be dry enough to use for a crayon rubbing, but if you let them dry out completely for a couple of days, then you can keep them. When your leaves are dry, unwrap some crayons and get paper. Put a leaf under the paper and hold on tightly so the leaf doesn't move. Color over the leaf, holding the crayon flat. The sideways crayons will color where the leaf parts are hard and thick. The stems and veins and edges of the leaf show up on the top of the paper. Pick any color and size. It's fun to mix and match them. My crayon rubbing leaves have faces on.